From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, December 5th, 2017. Silver is trading at $16.35 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,276 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 4.6 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $11,585. Antiwar.com reports questions about whether the split within the Yemeni opposition was a permanent one appeared to have been answered decisively on Monday when the Houthi Interior Ministry issued a statement announcing that they had killed former President Ali Abdullah Saleh along with his party's Assistant Secretary General Yasser Awadi. The 75-year-old Saleh rose to president of North Yemen's military-dominated government in 1978 and was the first president of unified Yemen after his conquest of South Yemen in 1990. His later rule was punctuated by violent crackdowns on perceived sedition. In 2009, for instance, Saleh was facing mounting protest, mostly from the fledgling Houthi movement. Saleh decried this as sedition, promising that the nation would buy more weapons to fight the Houthis instead of building schools. By 2012, Saleh was facing near-nationwide uprisings in the Arab Spring, and the United States, his longtime ally, backed a scheme whereby he'd be replaced by his top general, Abdrabbu Mansour Hadi, who would be elected in a single candidate vote in which no was not an option. Hadi was intended to have a 2-year term, but has claimed to be president to this day. In 2015, Saudi Arabia invaded Yemen and sought Saleh's support, as despite being out of office, he retained a lot more loyalty within the military than Hadi did. Saleh initially balked, and the Saudis bombed his house, leading him to endorse the rebellion and align with the Houthis he was fighting not so long before. In recent months, however, the Houthi-Saleh alliance was increasingly strained, with both sides fighting over power sharing. After another round of fighting last week, Saleh openly offered talks to the Saudis. The Saudis immediately branded this as Saleh switching sides and started bombing Houthi positions in the capital to support Saleh's forces. By Monday, however, Houthi forces had caught up with Saleh and declaring him to be collaborating with the Saudi invasion force. He was killed and his body taken on the back of a Houthi military vehicle. Where this leaves the Houthi split with Saleh's GPC faction is unclear, though with the deaths of Saleh and his deputy, the GPC is clearly in a weakened position. The loss of the GPC as allies, however, also puts the Houthis in a worse position, which may be all the Saudis sought in supporting Saleh in the first place.
For over 40 years, Robertson Robertson Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Robertson Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
Reuters reports the U.S. Supreme Court on Monday handed a victory to President Donald Trump by allowing his latest travel ban targeting people from 6 Muslim-majority countries to go into full effect even as legal challenges continue in lower courts. In a 7-2 decision, the court granted the Trump administration's request to lift 2 injunctions imposed by lower courts that had partially blocked the ban, which is the third version of a contentious policy that Trump first sought to implement a week after taking office in January. The High Court's action means that the ban will now go fully into effect for people from Chad, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Syria, and Yemen seeking to enter the United States. Trump has said the travel ban is needed to protect the United States from terrorism by Islamic militants. In a statement, Attorney General Jeff Sessions called the Supreme Court's action a substantial victory for the safety and security of the American people. Sessions said the Trump administration was heartened that a clear majority of the justices allowed the president's lawful proclamation protecting our country's national security to go into full effect. The ban was challenged in separate lawsuits by the state of Hawaii and the American Civil Liberties Union. Both sets of challengers said the latest ban, like the earlier ones, discriminate against Muslims in violation of the U.S. Constitution and is not permissible under immigration law. Trump had promised as a candidate to impose a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. ACLU lawyer Omar Jadwat said President Trump's anti-Muslim prejudice is no secret. It's unfortunate that the full ban can move forward for now, but this order does not address the merits of our claims. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.